Is it worth it to follow God? We begin to wrestle with that, and we get perspective. So that's what happens here in Psalm 73, and I love where Asaph ends up. We can end up in the same place. But let's just sort of listen to his testimony, okay? Here's what happens. He takes a quick look around him and sort of sees the present circumstances of people, and he goes, hey, why do people who have like no time for God seem to do great? And here's what he says, starting with verse 3. Just let's listen to his testimony, verse 3 to 12. Here's what he says. For I envied the proud when I saw them prosper despite their wickedness. They seem to live such painless lives. Their bodies are so healthy and strong. They don't have troubles like other people. They're not plagued with problems like everyone else. They wear pride like a jeweled necklace and clothe themselves with cruelty. These fat cats have everything their hearts could ever wish for. They scoff and speak only evil. In their pride, they seek to crush others. They boast against the very heavens, and their words strut throughout the earth. And so the people are dismayed and confused. They're drinking all their words. What does God know, they ask? Does the Most High even know what's happening? Verse 12, look at these wicked people, enjoying a life of ease while their riches multiply. He's going, God, these people like have no time for you. And just to summarize, he's like, God, they seem to enjoy good health, no troubles. They're shielded from the law. You know, they seem to get away with everything. They have lots of toys, popularity, and their 401k just keeps on multiplying. That's the one side. And then on the other side, the very next verse, he gets personal. And maybe you've sort of thought these words, even if you haven't spoken them. The ones we've already said in verse 13, he goes, did I keep my heart pure for nothing? I mean, look at these people. Like, they're succeeding. Did I keep my heart pure for nothing? Did I keep myself innocent for no reason? I get nothing but trouble all day long. Every morning brings me pain. You know what the problem was? They focused on the dot. They look like this. They see the present circumstances of another person. They go, you know what? They have a better lot in life than I do. Like, I've given my life to Jesus. And look, I mean, they've got more success, more money, better vacations, you know, whatever, than I do. When I let my eyes focus on other people, I start to compare myself to their present circumstances. I'm prone to envy and discouragement because I miss the bigger picture. So what's the solution? How does Asaph, how does he make his way to resolution? How does he pull away from the edge of the cliff so that his faith actually becomes strong and robust and vibrant? And he goes, oh my goodness, is it worth it? Yes, it's worth it. You know what happens? He changes his focus. Instead of just looking around going, oh my goodness, they're doing better than I am, and freeze frame here, freeze frame there, look at there, and he gets all caught up in how people are doing. You know what he does? He takes a step back and he sees the bigger picture of how God sees it, and Asaph goes, you know what, it's worth it. And then I went into your sanctuary, O God, and I finally understood. It's in worship. It's coming to God. It's seeing things from his perspective, and he goes, oh my goodness, I took my eyes off of people. I came into the sanctuary, I looked at God, I'm worshiping, and I go, oh my goodness, God, I see the bigger picture. God, it is worth it. Friends, I want you to listen carefully here. Instead of us, you know, we're so prone to be jealous of someone else's circumstances because all we see is just this present shot of their life, when we ought to have a holy horror of what the end is going to be if they never surrender their lives to Christ. It's ruin. It's destruction. You go, you actually believe that? I believe that God gives us the opportunity to respond to him, and when we don't, every one of us will live forever somewhere. And it's all how we respond to Jesus. I have his promise, first of all, that he's always with me. Verse 23, it says, I'm always with you. You hold me by my right hand. The most frequently repeated promise in the Bible. God says, I am what? I'm with you. I'm with you. I'll never leave you or forsake you. I'm with you. Be not be afraid. I am with you. I will be with you. Jesus came to take the penalty for all of my sin and your sin. He dies an undeserved death on the cross So that when we trust him and say, Jesus, when you died for me. When you rose again, you did that to give me new life. Jesus, I trust in you. Invite you to come into my life, Lord Jesus, and forgive me and lead me from this day forward. That his promises are for you, that when he says, hey, don't be anxious, don't be troubled. You believe in God, trust also in me. In my Father's house are many rooms. I'm going to prepare a place for you. He goes, if I go to prepare a place for you, he says, trust me, I'm going to come back and take you to be with me, that you also may be where I am. John chapter 14. And do we understand God's perspective in time, and to say what seems like so long in this life is just like a dot compared to the long line of eternity?